Most people think quantum manifestation is some mystical nonsense that only works for lucky people or those born with special supernatural gifts that the rest of us could never access. They're absolutely dead wrong, and I'm about to prove it to you in ways that will completely blow your mind and change everything you thought you knew about reality itself. The real reason quantum manifestation seems impossible to most people isn't because it doesn't work. It's because 99% of what you've been told about quantum physics and manifestation is complete garbage, deliberately designed to keep you confused, frustrated, and buying more courses from fake gurus who wouldn't know real quantum mechanics if it smacked them right in the face with a particle accelerator. These so-called manifestation experts are feeding you watered-down spiritual fluff, mixed with feel-good platitudes that have absolutely zero connection to actual hard science. And that's exactly why your manifestation attempts keep failing spectacularly, leaving you more broke and desperate than when you started. But here's what actually happens when you understand the real science behind this phenomenon. The science that's been hidden from you by people who profit from your confusion and desperation. Every single atom in your body, all 37 trillion of them, is vibrating energy, not solid matter like you've been programmed to believe since you were old enough to walk. This isn't some new age philosophy or wishful thinking. This is documented, peer-reviewed science that's been confirmed in laboratories around the world for over a century. Scientists have known this fundamental truth for decades, but they don't want you connecting the dots, because once you do, you realize just how much raw creative power you actually possess, and that terrifies the people who profit from keeping you powerless. When physicists examine matter at the subatomic level using the most advanced electron microscopes and particle accelerators ever built, what they find isn't physical substance at all. It's pure energy in constant motion, waves of probability dancing through what appears to be completely empty space. The chair you're sitting on right now, it's 99.9% empty space with tiny energy particles vibrating so fast they create the illusion of solidity. Your body, your house, your car, the entire planet, all of it is just energy vibrating at different frequencies, creating what we call physical reality. That means you're not a physical being trying to manifest physical things in a physical world like you've been told your entire life. You're an energy field, a conscious pattern of vibration, trying to align with other energy frequencies in an infinite sea of quantum potential that contains literally everything that could ever exist. But here's where this gets absolutely wild. And this is cutting-edge information that's been systematically suppressed by mainstream science for years, because it threatens too many established power structures. In late 2024, scientists at CERN's Large Hadron Collider made a discovery so shocking that it sent shockwaves through the entire physics community and forced them to completely rewrite fundamental equations that had been accepted as universal laws for decades. They observed quantum entanglement between particles at the highest energy levels ever recorded in human history, energy levels that shouldn't even be possible according to everything we thought we knew about the universe. This wasn't just another confirmation of existing theories. This definitively proved that particles can instantly communicate and influence each other across any distance, whether that's microscopic spaces or billions of light years apart, completely ignoring what Einstein called the speed limit of light. The implications of this discovery are so massive that most scientists are still in denial about what it actually means for our understanding of reality. Even more shocking than that breakthrough, recent classified studies from leading quantum physicists at MIT and Stanford suggest that time itself might be a complete illusion, a construct created by the patterns of quantum entanglement in our limited human consciousness. Think about what that actually means for your life right now. If time isn't real, if past, present, and future are all happening simultaneously in what scientists call the eternal now, then your future self, the version of you that already has everything you desire, already exists somewhere in the quantum field at this very moment. Your dream house, your perfect relationship, your ideal bank account, your healthiest body, all of it exists right now in parallel quantum realities that are just as real as the reality you're experiencing today. Manifestation isn't about creating something new from nothing or forcing the universe to bend to your personal will through positive thinking and vision boards. It's about shifting your consciousness, your vibrational frequency, into a reality that already exists in the infinite possibilities of quantum space, selecting which probability wave gets to become your experience timeline. The scientific community is absolutely divided on this topic in ways that would shock you if you knew what was really happening behind the scenes in universities and research facilities around the world. There's a very specific reason why this division exists, and it's not because the science is unclear. It's because mainstream physicists have spent their entire careers, sometimes 4 or 5 decades, building theories and professional reputations based on the fundamental assumption that consciousness can't affect physical reality. They've written best-selling textbooks, received prestigious Nobel Prizes, secured millions in research funding, and built entire academic empires on the idea that the universe is purely mechanical, that human consciousness is just a meaningless byproduct of random brain chemistry with no real power to influence anything beyond their own skull. Admitting that consciousness can directly manipulate quantum fields would mean admitting they've been wrong about the most basic assumptions of reality for their entire professional lives. Their careers, their funding, their legacy, everything would be destroyed overnight. But quantum experiments keep proving them wrong in ways that are becoming impossible to ignore, even for the most stubborn skeptics in the scientific establishment. The observer effect, first discovered in the famous double-slit experiment that's been replicated thousands of times in laboratories worldwide, shows that particles exist in multiple states simultaneously, what scientists call quantum superposition, until the moment someone observes them, at which point the wave function collapses and they're forced to choose a single reality. That's not mystical thinking, spiritual philosophy, or wishful New Age dreaming. That's documented quantum mechanics that forms the foundation of technologies you use every day, from your smartphone to your computer to GPS satellites orbiting overhead. Yet many mainstream scientists still call quantum manifestation a dangerous myth, not because the evidence doesn't support it, but because admitting that consciousness affects reality would completely destroy their entire worldview, professional standing, and career foundation. They're not stupid people trying to suppress truth out of malice. They're intelligent individuals protecting their professional survival in a system that punishes paradigm shifts and rewards conformity to established dogma. What they absolutely don't want you to know, what would cause mass panic in academic circles if it became common knowledge, is that the United States government has been secretly studying this consciousness-reality connection for decades, spending millions upon millions of taxpayer dollars on classified research projects they've kept hidden from the public for national security reasons. In the 1970s and 80s, during the height of the Cold War, the CIA funded a top-secret program called the Gateway Process, specifically researching how trained human consciousness could transcend normal physical limitations and influence events at a distance for intelligence gathering and psychological warfare applications. They studied advanced meditation techniques used by Tibetan monks, remote viewing capabilities that could spy on enemy installations, astral projection for reconnaissance missions, and altered states of consciousness that could access information beyond normal sensory perception. The declassified documents from this program, which you can actually read yourself if you know where to look, reveal that government scientists and military researchers recognized that consciousness could directly influence physical reality long before it became popular in mainstream culture. They documented successful remote viewing sessions where trained psychics accurately described classified Soviet military facilities they had never seen, predicted geopolitical events before they happened, and influenced electronic equipment from across the room using focused intention alone. They wouldn't have spent millions of dollars and decades of research investigating something that didn't work or produce measurable, repeatable results. The fact that much of this research remains classified even today, more than 40 years later, tells you everything you need to know about how genuinely powerful these consciousness-based techniques actually are when properly understood and applied. Military and intelligence agencies don't waste taxpayer resources on fantasy projects. They study what works, what gives them tactical advantages, what produces results in the real world. So what actually works when it comes to quantum manifestation, and why are 95% of people doing it completely wrong in ways that guarantee their failure? This is where most manifestation teachers completely lose the plot and start feeding you feel-good nonsense that sounds inspiring but produces zero real-world results. Forget everything you've heard about vision boards covered in magazine cutouts, positive thinking affirmations repeated like a broken record, gratitude journals filled with fluffy platitudes, and staring at yourself in the mirror while reciting scripted mantras that make you feel ridiculous. Those are surface-level distractions, spiritual busywork, designed to keep you occupied without producing genuine transformation in your life. They're like trying to change a radio station by polishing the outside of the radio instead of actually adjusting the frequency dial. Authentic quantum manifestation, the kind that produces undeniable results in the physical world, happens when you align your personal energy frequency with the specific vibrational signature of your desired outcome at the quantum level. Scientists have identified what they call the zero-point field, an infinite web of quantum energy that connects everything in the universe at the most fundamental level of reality. This field contains every possible outcome, every potential timeline, every dream scenario you could ever imagine, all existing simultaneously in quantum superposition, waiting for conscious observation to collapse them into experienced reality. Think of it as an infinite library containing every book that could ever be written, every song that could ever be composed, every invention that could ever be created, every relationship that could ever unfold, every financial situation that could ever exist. It's all there right now, accessible to anyone who knows how to tune into the right frequency. Instead of trying to force outcomes through mental effort, emotional manipulation, or sheer willpower, which is like trying to push a rope uphill, real manifestation involves syncing your consciousness with the field's infinite intelligence and allowing it to orchestrate the perfect sequence of events, synchronicities, and opportunities that bring your desires into physical form. It's exactly like tuning into a radio station that's already broadcasting your desired reality 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. The signal exists in the quantum field right now, complete and perfect, waiting for you to adjust your internal frequency to receive it clearly. Most people are trying to create the radio station from scratch instead of simply tuning into what's already broadcasting, which is why they struggle for years without seeing real results and eventually give up, convinced that manifestation doesn't work or that they're somehow broken or unworthy. The reason 95% of people fail spectacularly at manifestation isn't because they lack natural ability, because the universe is working against them, or because they haven't found the right technique yet. It's because they're trying to manifest from their current limited reality instead of from the unlimited quantum field of infinite possibilities. Here's what that actually looks like in practice. They visualize having $1 million while feeling the stress and anxiety of being broke. They imagine their perfect relationship while feeling lonely and unlovable. They picture their dream body while feeling disgusted with their current appearance. They envision career success while feeling trapped in a job they hate. This sends completely contradictory signals to the quantum field. It's like stepping on the gas and brake pedals simultaneously and wondering why your car won't move forward. You cannot manifest abundance while feeling poor, attract love while feeling unworthy, create health while focusing on illness, or achieve success while identifying with failure. The quantum field doesn't respond to your words, your visualizations, or your conscious intentions. It responds to your vibrational frequency, which is determined by your genuine emotions and deeply held beliefs about yourself and what's possible for your life. Quantum manifestation requires you to authentically feel the emotions and embody the energetic state of already having your desire before it manifests in physical form. This isn't about pretending, positive thinking, or fake it till you make it motivation. This is pure quantum physics in action. You're not trying to create something that doesn't exist or convince the universe to make an exception for you. You're selecting which probability wave gets to collapse into your experienced reality through the focused power of your thoughts, emotions, beliefs, and vibrational frequency. Every possible version of your life already exists in the quantum field. The version where you're wealthy, the version where you're in perfect health, the version where you're in an amazing relationship, the version where you're living your dream life. Your job isn't to create these realities. Your job is to become vibrationally aligned with the reality you want to experience and maintain that alignment until it becomes your dominant timeline. When you truly understand this distinction at a cellular level, when it becomes your operating system rather than just intellectual knowledge, manifestation becomes as automatic and natural as breathing because you stop fighting against the natural process and start working with the intelligent design of quantum mechanics. You stop trying to force outcomes through effort and start allowing the quantum field to orchestrate the perfect sequence of events that brings your desires into form with grace and ease. The ultimate truth that nobody wants to admit because it would completely destroy entire industries built on keeping you dependent, confused, and constantly searching for the next secret technique is remarkably simple and yet profound beyond words. Everything in existence, from the smallest subatomic particle to the largest galaxy cluster, from your morning coffee to your deepest dreams, is energy vibrating at different frequencies and consciousness. Your consciousness is the fundamental force that chooses which vibration becomes your personal experience of reality. Recent quantum research has proven beyond any reasonable scientific doubt that time, space, matter, and even causality itself are all perceptual illusions created by the act of conscious observation. The physical world you see around you isn't solid, permanent, or separate from you. It's a holographic projection of consciousness, a dream within an infinite dream. Your thoughts aren't just random electrical signals firing between neurons in your brain tissue. They're quantum information packets that directly interact with the fabric of reality itself at the deepest possible level, influencing probability waves and collapsing potential outcomes into experienced events. Every thought you think, every emotion you feel, every belief you hold is literally programming the quantum field to deliver experiences that match your vibrational frequency. This is why your external circumstances always mirror your internal state with mathematical precision. It's not coincidence, karma, or luck. It's quantum mechanics operating exactly as designed. Once you truly grasp that you're not separate from the universe, but rather a focused point of its infinite consciousness temporarily experiencing limitation through the illusion of physical form, once you understand that the universe isn't something external that might or might not grant your wishes based on your worthiness, but rather your own consciousness exploring itself through countless perspectives and possibilities, manifestation stops being something you struggle to do and becomes something you naturally are. The universe isn't working against you, testing your faith, or making you prove your worthiness. It's literally you experiencing yourself from a temporarily limited perspective, and quantum manifestation is simply the process of remembering and reclaiming your true creative power as a conscious co-creator of reality itself. This is why manifestation becomes effortless once you truly get it, because you're not trying to manipulate an external force or convince a separate intelligence to give you what you want. You're simply adjusting your vibrational frequency to match the reality you choose to experience, and the quantum field responds instantly and precisely to deliver that experience into your life through whatever means are most appropriate and beneficial for your highest good.